All right. Welcome everybody to today's AMA. Lindsey, can you want to unmic yourself, make sure you can hear me and that we can hear you?
Yes, sir. I'm here and ready to go.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So everybody, today is such an awesome day because we get to talk about we're going to be really diving into talking about our founder, Lindsey. She is our female founder, and as we believe, females or need to be in the NFT space. They are just a light, basically. They bring innovation like nobody knows, and I wanted to bring Lindsey on, not only introduce herself, talk about her background and her story and her involvement and how she got involved with Golden Key Society, but also talk to her about women in the NFT space. And we're going to be kind of doing a little bit of like a live podcast here. So I'm going to be talking with Lindsey, asking her questions, and then we're going to be talking about some general information when it comes to um, our project, when we are thinking about minting, when that's all going to be happening, and all information that we are receiving and getting ready to go. And it's so exciting to be able to have all of you guys here and listen in on this. Obviously, it will be recorded as well for anybody to join along and listen in at a later date. So let's kick it off with Lindsey. I would love for you to come in, tell us your background, tell us how you got involved, and really what your hand has been in Golden Key and your entire background. As you're listening to Lindsey, everybody, feel free to drop questions in that general chat, and I will give them an ask to her after she's done kind of introducing herself. And we're going to be diving into those questions and some other questions that I have ready for her right off the bat. All right, Lindsey, the time is yours.
Awesome. And it's really cool to see all of the GKS after your guys' names in here. Um, it feels like all of our goals and dreams and everything are kind of coming together and getting close to this mint here. It's so exciting. I have been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. I've owned my own business as a hairstylist, and I was pretty successful doing that. I was also divorced for a while and was a single mom. So trying to be an entrepreneur and a single mom definitely had its set of challenges. And in talking with Dusky, one day he was like, what if we could create a community that could give these, tidbits of knowledge and empower these entrepreneurs, both men, women, and everything. Like, what if we could give them the tools to have their money work for them and not against them? Because I feel like, I had a really busy, incredible business, and I feel like in that time I was not using my money correctly and for my advantage. And so now I can look back and be like, I might not be able to tell people exactly, what franchises to go into, but within my networking, I know, how many women have sat in my chair and brought their knowledge to me. Like, I know who I can reach out to, both male and female, to come in and teach this community some incredible knowledge. And so my hand mostly within Golden Key Society has been with a lot of the design aspects of the NFT, and which we are so excited. And it has definitely been a journey trying to figure out what kind of look, what kind of vibe, and like what we want to represent Golden Key. And at first, we were just going to do a key. We were just going to have it be all the same key. And in brainstorming with Dusky, I said, no, like, I feel like there needs to be a human aspect to it. Because we were seeing a lot of animals in NFTs, but we weren't, there were a few that were coming onto the scene that were humanistic, but I wanted it to be something relatable to those who are buying it. And also a little bit like cooler. Like I want to look like one of our NFTs, which is a really cool concept. Um, and then one day we were together and I said, well, how can we put Golden Key on our NFT? And I said, what if we put it on as like a necklace? So instead of having it be just a key that you get, because that was kind of boring, we were like, no, we need something, else more humanistic. So I said, what if we could attach, a necklace to every single one of those? So like little aspects like that, those are kind of my hands on the Golden Key Society, and something that I have a lot of pride in. When I look at it, I'm like, man, like all of everything that was in my brain is now what you guys can see. I'm just super excited to answer any of your questions. And I feel like women in the NFT community we're needed. We are needed in this community. I feel like we bring incredible ideas and input and definitely some organization, all these things that women have um, to bring. So yeah, any questions that you guys might have, or Dusky, if you had any, just feel free to ask.
Absolutely love it. Lindsey, thank you so much. Like, I want to let everyone know this, without Lindsey, this project would have just been a bunch of keys, and everyone would have gotten the same, like basically probably the same key, because when we were talking and brainstorming as founders, I was like, I don't know how to create so enough variations to make 15,000 keys. Like, how do we make it so different? Do the keys spin? That was something, the art so much. There's a lot of people that you'll meet and they're like, no, the art doesn't matter. To us, every aspect of this project matters. Every aspect of what we are doing and everybody that we have in this Discord matters. And we want to do only things at the highest capacity possible. So, Lindsey, she kind of touched on women being, so important in the space. Um, Lindsey, for yourself, what do you think is your favorite aspect of the project? What do you think is one thing that you think is mostly invaluable, or your favorite part of the entirety of the collection, and why?
My favorite aspect of this project is that it is not a niche project. I feel like everybody has something to gain from this project. I feel like we have incredible utility, that it doesn't matter where you're at in your life. It could be you are young, you're just getting started, you are, fresh into college, fresh out of college. If you've had a career for so many years and you want to kind of put some different tools in your tool belt, it doesn't have any boundaries, I believe. And I feel like there is something to be learned um, just in every aspect. And I also wanted to say, kind of piggybacking on what you said about the artwork, our art is killer. I'm so excited about it. And every piece of this project is intentional. Like we did things with a lot of thought behind it. So it's not just like, oh, yeah, we'll just like throw that in there. It's intentional. We did it for a reason. And that's exactly when we are having people to come in and do AMAs, and when they're going to be coming in for webinars and classes. It's all very intentional. It's things that are pertaining to right now, what's happening in our economy right now. Well, who can we bring in that's going to like really blow our community out of the water? And so I don't know if that answered your question, Dusky. Sorry. You can ask me another one though.
Yeah, that answered perfectly. Um, I more so want to know, um, what is it like what is it that draws you as somebody that has, built a business, ran it for 10 plus years, basically a seasoned business owner. What is something that draws you to this project as an individual if you weren't just a founder?
I would say the networking aspect of it, because a lot of times we can get into our own worlds that are very small. And here we have, like, and through this project, and I mean, that's why we chose to do like using, NFT technology, is that it's worldwide. We have a worldwide network that we can call on people in Germany to come and teach little aspects of entrepreneurship, and there's keys, and there's, you'll never tune into something with golden key and take away nothing. And so that's what draws me to this and draws me to this project, which makes me believe in it so much, is that you'll never tune into one of our webinars or classes or anything like that and have nothing to take home from it. And I am sure that there's going to be some times where you might not um, identify with everything that is being brought to the table, but you're always going to learn something. And that one thing might make a huge difference in your business. And so I feel like if I would have had this tool, 5 or 6 years ago, and that, like, when I was still trying to really build my business, I feel like I could have scaled so much faster and in such a smarter way if I would have had people that had been there before me doing that, and then being like, hey, girl, in this aspect of your business, like, if you put this much away, then maybe you could put it towards this investment, or, this software to like run your business better. So I feel like there is something to be learned no matter where you're at in life. And that's what is so attractive about this project.
Absolutely love it. What do I feel like there's such a I don't know how to say this kind of correctly, but I'll just ask the question instead of trying to, outlay it. What do you think could be done to get women more involved into the NFT space?
Being loud, like all of my women that are in this Discord, in this project, being loud about it and letting people know, because so often, like, I still do hair every now and then for like my favorite people, and I'll be talking in a salon about NFTs, and these girls will be looking at me sideways, and I'm like, man, if you don't know what this is, you need to get in on it. Like, there is so much, information and knowledge to be had in this community. So I would say putting it something up on your Instagram stories, on your Facebook feed, or Twitter, anything saying, who are my ladies that know about NFTs? Or ladies, what do you want to know about NFTs? And this could be for, men and women, because I think that there's a lot of people that want to get started and they don't know where, and they don't know how, and they don't know in their communities who's already involved. And so if you can speak up and say, hey, what questions do you have? I can be a source, or you can even like connect them to this Discord. It was really exciting. I was able to have some women connect and come onto the Discord. And I'm like, yes, this knowledge is not only valuable for men, it's super valuable for women. So just be loud.
Love it. I specifically, I want to add on to what Lindsay says is for everyone here, if you don't think that anything about NFTs or anything about investments or businesses, one, you're in the right place because this is for the beginner and the seasoned. But the best way one of my favorite sayings is a closed mouth doesn't get fed. And that also goes from being loud in what you're involved in. And that goes for everybody. You don't have to be an expert to invite a friend or a family member to be a part of something that you believe in. They might look at you sideways, but that's just about it. And I know that, a lot of us are here because of the connections we've made with somebody else in this Discord, and it's really awesome to see the camaraderie. And I'd love for you guys, if you want to drop any questions that you may have. We've covered a lot in these AMAs. We're very transparent, so it's kind of hard. We don't hide anything from people to basically be like, oh well, can you give us a little bit more information on here, because we want to be very open. But if you do have some questions for Lindsey, because she won't be here all the time, um, being able to answer those things, and kind of just have a little bit of insight on her. Also, it's looking like we are going to be minting at near the end of July. So between mid and end July, we are going to be going into mint. We're going to be getting an exact date out this week, which we are very excited about. And bringing your friends and family and everybody around you to be able to benefit from this is going to be probably the biggest, encouragement, and being loud, like Lindsey says. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that and our mint. I really do want to remind everybody that we want everyone to be able to be in on this project. And that's why our entry level price is awesome. We're actually working with a couple of companies to make it even easier to mint than just loading ETH on a wallet and purchasing this NFT. I know that's kind of crazy to think about, but we are working with some amazing people. And those that have been here from the start can see the evolution of this project has really just gone to new heights, which is just exciting for us. And we are really excited to see who those VIP holders are going to be, because the benefits that are going to come from being a VIP not only is that you'll hold multiple NFTs and that you'll get an extra NFT that will drop you something every quarter, but those VIPs are the first out of the group to be able to, get tickets to collaboratory events. And basically, if we have a limited amount of something, that's going to go to our VIPs first. And so we're really excited for that. It's such a legendary thing that we've loved, and it really just shows kind of where people want to go. Do they want to just learn, or do they want to rub shoulders? That helps us gauge a lot, and we're really excited for that. And everyone in this AMA is a superstar. We work with time zones all around the world, so we know that this will be listened to hundreds of times throughout this project. So we wanted to make sure to mention that. And I want to thank everyone for just being awesome. Our community is unlike anyone else. We talk about serious things. We connect, and we are here to help and uplift. And that is what Prime networking is for. And I wanted to get on here, be able for you guys to connect with Lindsey as an individual. I don't think we have any questions in the general chat. So let me just give that a second. Awesome. Heck yeah. So we are so excited to continue with you guys and really move to another level. Always feel free to ask us anything. AMAs it stands for Ask Me Anything. We want that to be open to everybody. And the louder you are as an individual, it doesn't matter who follows you. It doesn't matter who you come in contact with. It doesn't matter how many people you think that you impact or influence. Being able to share this project with the world is what's going to not only bless your life, but bless those around you. Because I wanted to just mention anybody, in the world can work and bootstrap on their own. And for guys, we always talk about cars because, we're just lame like that. Anybody can bootstrap and get to the point where they could buy a Lamborghini or buy a Ferrari or anything like that. But it's no fun driving a Lamborghini if you can't race your friend who also has a Lamborghini. And so that is what Golden Key Society is about. I'm not saying we're all trying to buy Lambos. We're not all trying to buy fancy cars. Some of us love the Kia Optima, life, and that's cool. But what we're about is making sure that everyone around us has the opportunity to succeed. And thank you guys so much for joining us today in today's AMA. And we are excited. We're gonna have we're gonna have an announcement later today. We're gonna have a little activity on Friday, which we're really stoked about. Um, but we will hold off and keep you guys on the edge of your seats till then. Thank you so much. And we do have a question right here. Question: what is the methodology on generating each of the unique NFT characters? So I'll and is the mint in USDC? So the mint will be in the equivalent of Ethereum. So we are an Ethereum based project. We just put, because of the volatility, or hopefully that's the right word. Um, Two things that you guys have to understand about me: I have terrible grammar and I make up words. Those are my biggest flaws. But um, because ETH is going up and down, we just simply said, you know what, this is where our mint price will be at, and whatever the equivalent of that is, that's what it'll be. Morgan, I mean, I do love Lambos. And then Concan asked the question of what is the methodology of generating each of the unique NFT characters. And so at first, so Lindsey, do you want to talk about? I would love to get your input on the beginning of the NFTs, and then I'm gonna go. I'll continue and talk about how we actually generate 15,000 of these NFTs. But I would love for you to kind of talk about the beginning stages. While you're talking about that, I'm actually gonna upload our first girl and guy concept art into the general chat, and you can just talk about like how we got started and how we chose those things.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So at first we were looking at, I mean, we started with the evolution of just the key. So everyone just get a normal key. And we were going to put, number them. And then when we decided that that might be a little boring, because as much as we want utility to be our shining glory, we also want some really kick-ass art. So we decided, okay, like we're not going to do just keys, then maybe we'll start going into like animals. So we started talking to different artists all around the world and started talking to them about different concepts for different animals. And then when I finally, told Dusky, like, why are we doing animals when this is an NFT for the people, with the people, it should be humans. And so we landed on one incredible artist. He is out of, oh my gosh, South Africa. And working with him has been a dream. I feel like artists are definitely underutilized and underpraised in the NFT community. So we are so thankful for him. He's amazing. We hope to get him out at one of our events so that you guys can rub shoulders with him and chat him up about kind of his vision for this project as well. But we started with the basic characters, and as soon as they got in, I would just write all of my notes about what needed to change, and sending photos to him of, different hair ideas. And so we wanted it to be something that was very trendy, but also timeless. I know that that's kind of an oxymoron, but that's what we're going for, like something that would resonate with people regardless of age. And so then we kind of, just started adding different layers on top of that of, okay, what do we want for the guys? What do we want for the girls? What hairstyles? So it's maybe one time we can just kind of put all of our ideas out into the general chat and you guys can see where we've come from and realize that where we're at now is like light years ahead. So super exciting.
Sorry, I was muted and I was getting those images. They were way back when. So and then I wanted to specifically cover so I just posted up the original animal that we were going to go for. Our first concept of the female when we actually decided to go with it, and then our two original base characters for guys and girls. It was super fun, and it's crazy to see where we are at now. It's absolutely amazing and mind boggling. I love it, and it's fun to see where we are and where we're going, and it's just a blast. So those are our original base characters, and it's we come to this point right now. We also changed it so the guys looking one way and the girls looking the other way. So that was actually pretty fun, and we hit two problems when it comes to the girls and the guys, especially since they're not facing both ways. And that is, we have to create assets and styles, not only specific to women or men, but there is nothing that we can do to interchange anything on the women with the men. And that's a whole nother aspect. The reason that people do these projects that are very simple, it's one basically one item, and they just switch out all these different things. Um, it's very very easy. We didn't want easy. We wanted inclusive. We wanted stylish. We wanted something that everyone could kind of feel and connect with. So the base equation. This is something that you guys can Google. If you just looked up how many layers and different assets do you need? An asset is like just their hat or just their clothing or just what's on their back. How many assets you need? You actually only need a base character, four um, four layers, and you need 10 assets of each layer. That wasn't good enough for us. It wasn't anything. We just didn't enjoy it. We actually have 110 assets instead of 40 that are randomly mixed for the guys, and 110 assets that are randomly mixed for the girls. And what happens is we have layers that we put into a generator. Basically, what it does is it takes one item from each layer, and it makes us 15,000 separate NFTs that are unique, and none of them are the same. What that does is we actually get, because we have so many, we get to play around with the rarity. So there will be certain NFTs that will be more rare than others, and there will be some that are extremely rare. We will have a one of one Tesla NFT, and whoever mints that Tesla NFT will receive, either if they, if we can get it to them, if we can ship them a Tesla, the Model 3 Tesla, or they will get the base and MSRP in equivalent of Ethereum sent to their wallet. So we have done things unlike anyone else. We didn't want to go the easy route because we didn't want to be like anyone else. So we wanted to really just outshine anybody. Um, and if that's all of the questions, I just want to give it two seconds. If
I
there's
also
any
wanted
other,
to add that
Oh, go for it, Lynn.
if you have any questions, and or if people in different time zones listen to this at different times, just just ask me any questions that you guys might have, and I would love to answer them.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. She's always open and available for this community. That's one of our favorite parts about Lindsey in this amazing project. But yeah, we created 220 separate assets, split them down the middle, and then our a computer, which thank goodness, goes and randomizes those and makes sure that uh, they're all different and that there's not one NFT that is the same. So thank you everybody that has joined us today on today's AMA. It's been a blast. Actually, this is probably one of my favorite AMAs talking about our art because Lindsey is actually specifically her job is to make sure that we are fulfilling our roadmap and to be over the sorry, I read Conken's question. It make me laugh. I'm gonna get to it. Um, she makes sure that she's over over the roadmap, and she's specifically over the art assets. So she she's the one that's approving it. She's like, yeah, that's cool, or no, it's out. And that's something that's amazing about her. Any with a mullet, you know what? We might have to, we might have to do a mullet in version 2. Because there's gonna be some really cool stuff on top of this first mint that you guys are gonna be able to be involved in, and really get rocking and rolling. But thank you everybody for joining today. It's been an awesome AMA with all of you. Feel free to ask us any questions anytime, and we will get back to you promptly. Thank
And
you, everybody.
thank you for your support. Like, thank you for supporting the project. Thank you for giving us the feedback that we need and are looking for. And we love that. We love to hear from our community. And, you guys are going to be so important throughout this whole journey. And so we just want to be very inclusive and listen to you. And yeah, thank you so much.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Lindsey, for joining us today. And we will see you guys all a little bit later. Peace out.